It's been 23 years since we last saw Isla Sorna, the factory floor island of Jurassic Park, also known as Site B. This location was used to clone the dinosaurs before their transport into the park, but for some reason, it's been left untouched by the Jurassic World movies entirely. But now with Jurassic World Rebirth promising to give us a sinister secret that has been covered up for decades, many fans are wondering whether or not this island will finally be making a return in the next film. What's going on, guys? Hope you're all doing well. Now, when it comes to Site B, it goes without saying that this is a place that Jurassic Park fans have wanted to return to for literally years. In fact, ever since Jurassic Park 3 came out back in 2001, we got a small glimpse of some kind of mysterious project that InGen was carrying out on the island that was never properly expanded upon in any of the live-action material that we've gotten since. The cloning of the Spinosaurus and the appearance of these new quilled velociraptors got a little bit of light shed on them via the viral marketing websites, but sadly, nothing in the actual films themselves. Well, that may all change with the release of Jurassic World Rebirth, but here's the catch. It looks like at this given point in time, the main action in the film is not confirmed to be on Site B at all. Of course, this doesn't mean that the movie won't feature a flashback or even brief scene on the island at some point in its runtime. I mean, even Jurassic World Dominion did that, believe it or not. It just means that nothing is certain right now as far as Site B's involvement in this new film. But when it comes to dinosaurs and dinosaur species that we've been hearing rumors of for this new movie, like the Spinosaurus, Mosasaurus, which was actually supposed to debut in JP3, believe it or not, way back when it was being made in 2000, and even series favorites like Velociraptor and T-Rex, which I'm pretty sure are not going to be Blue and Rexy. I hate that name. Look, I'm going to assume these species are going to be in the film, and if it is supposed to be on an island, Site B is the best guess you could possibly go for within the established movie lore, especially with the warning of a secret cover-up that we're finally going to see after decades of being kept in the shadows. But the main action itself seems to be on some sort of brand new island, believe it or not, and not focused entirely on the location from Jurassic Park 3 and the Lost World. Still, I think it's important to put a few things into perspective when it comes to this new movie. This film is utilizing gigantic Aztec-looking Mayan ruins on the island where dinosaurs are allegedly roaming around. And if there's one thing we know about Isla Sorna as superfans, it's that these were a cool set piece in the tie-in video game Jurassic Park Trespasser. And the islands in the Las Cinco Muertes island chain actually get their names from different ways tribe members were killed on those islands. So let me just throw this one out to all of you guys. What if this island in Jurassic World Rebirth was originally supposed to be Site B, but for whatever reason, they decided to change it to a brand new location when it came time to shoot the project? And what if they're doing that in order to hype up the return of the second island in something else that we may get down the line, whether it be a Jurassic World Rebirth sequel, another new video game like Jurassic Park Survival, or something else entirely? Now look, I know that may seem like a bit of a leap for a sequel to Rebirth, but the movie in question itself, Jurassic World 4, it really does seem like it was supposed to be Site B at some point in development early on. Isla Sorna is the place that fans have been clamoring to see again for like literally years. It's got the Mayan ruins, it's even got a cryptic sinister discovery that's been hidden away for decades. Just watch Jurassic Park 3. I mean, come on guys, this new movie and the island they're describing screams Site B more than anything else I've ever seen in the last 10 years from Jurassic World. And yet from what they're telling us, it's not. So in my opinion, I really think this is what the new island, Site C or whatever they end up calling it, was originally supposed to be. If you actually stop to think about it and look at everything that they've teased us with about this new island, even down to the idea of tourists getting lost on it and an elite group of like dinosaur expedition people, it sounds like the Lost World and Jurassic Park 3 rolled into its own thing with all the lore of the Mayan ruins, the sinister discovery of like whatever experiments they were doing. This sounds like Site B. There's no way you could describe this island to some Jurassic Park fan on the street or wherever, and they're not going to say, oh yeah, that's Isla Sorna. That's what it sounds like. Of course, that still leaves us with the same nagging question. If it's not Site B, what happened to Sorna and why haven't we seen it just yet? Or I guess more accurately, why can't we see it just yet? Well, my best guess is at this point in time, Site B is still on standby. I have no doubt that David Koepp was playing around with the idea for Jurassic World Rebirth being set there, but after the reception from Jurassic World Dominion became kind of hard to ignore, they may have changed it, but I still think that Spielberg and the crew have it as a backup plan in case something else goes sideways again. I mean, you don't want to reintroduce the island only to mess it up if Rebirth winds up being another Jurassic World Dominion sort of situation, you know what I mean? Which I honestly doubt, but you never know. And with that being said, I think the possibility of Site B being shown off in like a legitimate flashback sequence for this film, you know, a brand new expedition action sequence that goes on for a little bit, maybe it's in the movie partially, or maybe even for some duration of the film extended, you know, that's very possible. We just don't have any concrete information on it just yet. And if not for this movie, then most certainly in a future project at some point in time. You don't just throw away the Lost World. Like, you don't throw away that whole island. You have to remember, guys, while there has been stuff written in the official lore for Site B, and it was pulling a lot from the Michael Klayton book, nobody has set foot on that island since Jurassic Park 3. That we can confirm. Like, no mission. We've heard rumors that they extracted animals from there and put them in Jurassic World, but there's no detailed, like, set in stone event. And the possibilities for its canon to tie into Rebirth are extremely high. So yes, I do think that this island that they're teasing in the new movie was more than likely meant to be Site B. I don't know for sure why they changed it, but my best guess is that Site B is either on standby, or if it is going to be in this movie, we are only going to get very, and I do mean like very partial looks at it in some way, maybe similar to Dominion, but dude, I can tell you right off the bat, here, I'll pitch you something right now.
The hunters scattered, their prearranged hunting routes forgotten. Only a third of their number appeared at the rendezvous.
What if the movie sets place like in 1997 when it opens up? It's dark, you see long grass, one of the hunters just exits it panting, you hear people screaming velociraptor stuff, he just starts walking back through the way he came, there's no music, it's just chilling, and then you hear heavy labored breathing until he like gets foliage out of his face, and you see Roland Timbo sitting there on a log with a giant Tyrannosaurus tranquilized. Cut to black, Jurassic World Rebirth, and then they tie that stuff back in with like the new movie back and forth between the past and the present. I don't know. It sounds cool to me, but Site B is so cool, they're probably waiting for it to be reintegrated into the franchise at a proper time. But hey guys, that's just my own thoughts and opinions on the subject matter. What do you think? Do you agree with me that the description for the island in Jurassic World Rebirth sounds like way too much like Site B for that not to have been the initial original intention? And even though that's not going to be where we end up in this film, do you think that David Koepp and Gareth Edwards are at least going to give us some small bit of Isla Sorna action either in this movie in a sequence, maybe in a flashback, I don't know, even on a computer in the background? Whatever your thoughts and opinions happen to be, I'd love to hear all about them, guys, in the comments down below. Now, before I go, I want to thank everyone that's helped me build my channel over the years. I'd also like to thank every one of you guys who've watched my stuff. You've all been extremely cool to me. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate a like and hope that you'll consider subscribing. God bless you all. Christ is King. See you guys in the next video, and as always, take it easy.